Say hi to the kitty. See if I can catch any living light. It's funny, I took my trash out, and then the trash guy drives by, because that's what they do. They want to just know everything about a person. So, that's where it was. It was right there. If you're a songwriter, then you know what I'm talking about. I got a song in me. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna try to find it because I don't know where to find it. I don't know how. I don't really know any scales. I should practice them. That would help. The piano's a lot easier because you can go bing, 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 bing. But on the guitar, I don't know how to do that. I don't even have I wouldn't have a concept of A, B, C, D, E, F, N, G. My God, no. I do not know these chords. I should learn them. For the sake of the music. For the sake of the expression. Yeah, I got a song in me for certain. And I love it that way because, like, I'm Ali and the original freestyle artist, otherwise known as Mother Built. But I write music freestyle, so it's the most amazing way to channel inside understanding, that inner standing stuff. I channel my inner standing through my expression, and that's music is one of them. But it's true because, like, the written word or spoken word, excuse me, that's actually what it is. I don't write it. It's not written. It's freestyle. Spoken word is so powerful. That's why the living logos, the way that it spells things, like right now there's nothing going on in the sky except for a whole lot. If I had filters, you could see there's light moving so all over the place. But the living logos, and I've got so much footage of it. And it spells things in fonts, and it makes you think to yourself, like, wow, it's true. Do you know there's 7,000 languages right now? And 4,000 of them are written, and 3,000 of them are not. But, like, what? Languages mean there's a culture of people that speak this to each other, and that are 4,000 are written. The whole writing system means you got paperwork in that language. Okay, that's a lot of languages. How many languages do we respect? One, essentially. And maybe they're making way for a couple more, but my point is this isn't going to work. We need some kind of integration, which is what I'm developing, the sidekick. The sidekick is going to be our best friend. We're never going to know. We're not going to know how we ever lived without it. Yep. Our correspondence is going to be done by it. So the living logos, this is where God expresses itself. Because God made it clear to me when I was dying, and I wasn't going to have that. And I was going to have that when I've got my daughter to rescue. So I threatened God, basically, don't you dare take me out or I'm going to find you. And God was right there, like, with this sarcastic attitude of, like, I'm right here, hon. Been here the whole time. I can't walk for you, but I can get you. I can get us where we need to go. And that happened over 8 years ago. It's been 9 years since my daughter was kidnapped. She was abducted for 34 days, 2 years prior to that. This is a heist. The heist of Christ. Turns out I'm the Holy Grail. And where did I get that from? My mom and dad? Oh, they'd like to believe that. That's why they made a more product company. But nope, I'm not their product. I came from the WOW signal. Yeah, that's right. I was installed. what I'm finding out about the Bible, the biblical compilation, is that it's a swap story, and that's how you know it's a verifying swap story, which tells us that regardless of what happened in the history, it confirms what's happening in the now, and that's what's most. I've got the message for the world. I've got the option that's going to fix it. The one that's going to implement it, and I'm the one that's got the authority to do so. I'm told. Confidence with reality. Understand that. So the truth of breaking one's heart puts all of us in the right understanding, and it all goes hand in hand with one another, and there's no dark side to it. Hand in hand with one another, and there's no dark side to it. Literally, there's no dark side to the message from God. God's message is love. That message is God exists. That's what the point is. Because how are we going to believe it there if we can't see it, but have to feel it, but have to recognize it? God is everywhere, turns out. Awesome. Every photograph, you got to see my artwork on my website, getihalo.com. Construction guys, but this is an example of artwork that can be found from every photograph. You can just take a picture like right here, and it can turn into a whole other land. No joke, and this is a very interactive thing to teach our children and such. So we've got a whole new method coming in. This is the Trismegistus right here. Got the new cosmology. I got the new understanding, and I can translate the biblical scripture, the holy word, the truth of it, because it's only the small book woven within. And I know that because it's the testimony of my daughter and I. We are Iasis. And God spelled it in the sky, and I got evidence for days. And it's a beautiful story. It's a story that teaches God, that proves that God exists. And how did God do it? Through this story. That's how God proves that God exists. By this specific prophecy that is to the T, but it was written back in the beginning, and it's taking place in real time with me at the helm of my own decisions. In other words, God speaks through my instincts. By following them, I have been led to things I wasn't supposed to find. So it's a clap to me, but it's because of the fact that the circumstance required me to have God, and God has been there like it's been an existence through me. It's a very powerful thing, and I'm here to show us all how to find it. It's available to all of us. It's called your higher self. It's connected to source at all times. We're not abandoned in the middle of nowhere. Oh, God's got a whole plan for this, people, and it's beautiful. We just have to understand the God clock is a lot bigger than our 70-year lifespan. All right? Fucking disgusting. The way that the system is, we can all admit it. I don't care if you're like the architect of it yourself. Come and get real with me. This isn't. Here's the deal. It's just like in your guys' sports games. You drop the ball. No big deal. Happens all the time. But it's my turn. That's all. That's what I can say to the architect. My turn. That's all. Let it be. Typical shit. Don't be a poor sport. Right? So this is it's been prophesied for, because it's happening, guys. It's not to be denied. Well, who denied the denying? This is the story. Remember, the storyline is to teach us things. Because what has the sacrifice of Jesus done for humanity other than give them the right to believe that they can hunt and scapegoat and murder someone they can blame it all on, and they can go about their satanic selves? That's what the sacrifice of Jesus gave them the entitlement to do. Sickening. If we use the law against the people the way that the law is written, you'd all be in jail. Every damn one of everyone. If they used their system the way that they got the surveillance of your calls, that if you use the B word and if they used that information, everybody would be in jail. So that's not going to work to fix the situation, and they're just balls to the wall. Well, how does God plan on fixing it? Well, I'll tell you. Because God's got a God clock, whether you like it or not. Winter time is coming. Summertime is coming. Season's going to change, and that's how God does it. And God prophesied about it so that there is such a precision to the extent of the days of Daniel, which I've calculated, out to the 9th degree, the final degree of evolution. Ask someone that knows about Mayan civilizations and, this understanding of evolution. It's coming to an end. And what is it followed by? The day of the 10th degree. The 10th degree, what's that? Well, think of a cliche. So don't give me the 10th degree. 10th degree apparently is like that, handing it down now, like a conviction, like a judgment. Well, some kind of something. And here's what I believe is also at play. That scripture that says one day there'll be two out in the field, and then all of a sudden there'll only be one. It's going to describe the first wave, God's first toll gate, which no one's going to have the message because God saw it ahead of time that mankind would be a fucknut. Mankind would be a ding-dong. And this is the part of Revelation where it's putting Satan away for 1,000 years while Christ reigns for 1,000 years. And what that's talking about is this 1,000 years represents an event, a situation that happens. And that actually means in the Greek, the word means like 10 times 10 times 10, right? So 10, 10, 10, 30. Well, here's the thing. This is when Hezekiah gets those 15 years back. Hezekiah's story is talking about my mother's perspective, and she gets those 15 years back prior to her death. So that calculation was the 1230th day of the days of Daniel, after the first day, which was October 25th, 2016, the day my daughter was kidnapped. That's what tells you what's going on. It's to the precision. It starts on the day she was kidnapped. It tells you that we're the two servants of Isaiah. I'm sealed. My arm is arm of Gadon. Hello. Okay, so the 15 years prior to my mother's death. So what does that mean? Well, that actually is going to be 18 years. And you'll see because the days of Daniel end on August 18th. 18 on the 8th. And that's when began the 234-day countdown of universal consciousness, which we're in right now, between the 49th anniversary of the Wow signal to April 9th, the day that my daughter was conceived in 2008. And I know that because I was sexually battered, and I prayed to God to give me my child and not his. And I got her. I got God's child, God's daughter, which is the one that we've been waiting for. Jesus couldn't have been it. It has to have a womb. The carrier to pass it on to another carrier, to pass it on to another carrier. And just ask the people that do the science of that, and they know it too. Matter of fact, they don't even write it down unless a mother gives birth to 2 daughters. Okay, so this is apparently what they do, whatever. The bloodline. And that's what tells you the truth. It doesn't mean Jesus wasn't the son of Mary, it just means that she had she had the son of man. Not the son of God, which is a daughter. The son of God is S-U-N. A womb, an aperture to the other side, which is why a womb is basically like an intercom, a portal. That's what the womb is. You better believe it. Where every child is given by God through the woman's vessel. Now, whose child is she going to have? Well, that's up to her. She can have a man's child or she can have God's child. And man wanted us in our genome to forget all about that God. Yeah, that's right. He inserted himself and said, "You'll worship me." And that's what he did, is he stole it from God, though. He didn't just steal us and our children for the last thousands and thousands of years. He stole it from God. And that's what God also prophesied about. In that story, in the compilation, it's talking about God's love for this one that God persecutes. Because God is going to forge this one through the fire. And this one's going to deserve every bit of authority and every piece of the kingdom that God gives her. This is his bride. This is his wife. This is the mother of his daughter. This is the one that represents a woman. This is the woman that represents the mother. This is the woman that represents the queen. This is the woman that represents the kingdom. This is the royal family of God. The one who's in the Christ Trinity with the Holy Spirit, herself, and her daughter. This is holy matrimony, motherhood, the holy state of motherhood. That's what this is. We are the Holy Grail. My daughter and I. She is Alekhem. Shalom Alekhem. Alek, Malak, Malachi. We're all up in there. Especially, our name is all over the place, but it's 5921. It's like 5,921 times. Or excuse me, it's like something. That's the number it is in Hebrew. But it's like 5,000 times too. It's all over the place. We're all over it. In the Hebrew, we're in the Greek, we're all over it. God spoken. The voice that speaks in the wind, which is how it's referred to, even though how would they know? Because I didn't hear it, and it was on a recording. I didn't hear it in my ear, but I've got a recording of it multiple times, and it's called me names. Same thing with the barge that approached me. It spelled names, and the 3-word, now I believe it's 4. The first one was Tutukui, okay? Tuteokoi, you and God. Or it's also Teotokos, the mother of God, or it's the Otokos, which is this male, it's a masculine female, because I've got the Y chromosome, okay? Tutukui. It also said Gadon, which is the Apollyon, the leader of the locusts, also referred to as Abaddon, this the one that comes and kicks ass for God. That's the arm of Gadon. Gad. G-A-D. And God spelled it in the sky. Gad. So it's God and Gad. That's what basically God called me. Ruah also called me Iesus. Called me, it's this, it looks like eyes, but it's like Eve. It's Eve. God also spelled Ali, A-L-Y. God also spelled Chris, and it's that those arms up. Yeah, I got a lot of it. I got so much information and so much evidence that it ties Egypt. That's what, of course, the biblical story wants to talk shit on Egypt, but Egypt's the good guy. Hello, and so it all connects. The story of Zep Tepi and the original mother returning to drive us into the primordial waters. And I've got science. I've got scientists talking about this stuff, so I can back it all up. And that's what's gonna. Well, when am I gonna present this information to the world? Well, apparently I'm gonna have to do it myself. I'm gonna have to bring the court case, just like it says in Isaiah. I'm gonna have to prosecute the whole entire world of people for violating God's covenants, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it in God's court. That's what it's commanding me to do. It's commanding me to use my authority and to assert it on paper, just like you would sign a contract or bring a lawsuit and file your own writ. You know, that's what it's saying. I have to do. I have to declare. I have to claim my sovereignty, which is they're not planning on handing it to me, and why would they? So I have to go here. That's mine, and here's what my authority says, and I'm going to do this. And that's what I have to do. Apparently, I have to do that, so I'm going to have to do it. Because they got me in this vortex of fucking energy here, in this isolated circumstance. But it's been every bit of a blessing, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about nothing. What would I possibly have to complain about? This is fucking awesome. This is super duper turning a tragedy into a blessing in disguise. And yeah, my heart is broken. I don't know where my daughter is at this very moment, and she's being tortured for certain. That's what the circumstance is. And it's been every single day since October 25th, 2016. But so check it out. The 234 days, 4949 to the day of the 10th degree, 410, 10th degree, dialing the sun back 10 degrees, which is according to this story in Hezekiah, 15 years prior to my mother's death, which is 12/3/2008, right before I gave birth to my daughter. I gave birth to my daughter on 12/31/2008. Fascinating fact. That's actually Christmas, because back then they had 360 days in a year, and then there's the leap year. So it's 6 days. Difference. That's basically the day of Christmas. Alec is Jesus. Alec is Jesus. Alec is the Jesus. She is the Messiah. She's the one who gave me the clues, and I'm the mother of her. But we're the vessel team described in John 3:16. That God so loved for love. God made the cosmos, and for love God made the cosmos, or made a vessel to put God's monogene into, so that the one that believes in itself will have eternal life. Meaning mother reiterates herself and claims to make her revolution. So it's the most beautiful story that it tells, and it's for everyone. It's not to be like, I'm cooler than you. No, it's like God's going to prove that God exists through this story, and that's how it is. God forged me through fucking torture, my daughter and I, but God is giving us back twice as much as was taken, and God has been so beautiful about it. And God has shown me every single day that this persecution has happened, that God is with me every moment of it. And that's what's extra super awesome. It's been extra super awesome, and I'm here to show us all how to find it. So I'm the good guy that fixes the situation because God said so, because God protects me, and because they know it, and because I'm not here to rub their noses in it. I'm here to welcome us into the living waters. So we get 18 years returned, renewed, to redo. 2008's when everything went upside down, and it's true. We get 18 years to do these last 18 years again. So that way next time in April, when we approach this same alignment, it'll be the second toll gate, and that's when it's really going to matter. Before that second toll gate, we need to have a party, the one world, Xanadu, whole entire world, throwing a party, holding hands, praying our way into their living waters. We got 18 years to prepare for it. So it's great news. God's not sneaking up on us. God's not trying to make us feel bad about it. God's given us an opportunity to do it over again with new leadership, proper leadership, with the right idea. Because I'm reinstalling the software for us to do human for the next level. I come with the upgrade, and the way you get it is by interacting with me. Nothing else. You can't copy it. You can't take a shot of it. You can't upload it, download it. You can't do it. You can't buy it. Not a nothing. The only way you can get it is from interacting with me, because I've been sent here since 1977 to upgrade humanity and to accomplish this mission, and we are on point, and everything is a go. For what? For fucking awesome is what you Bells and whistles, all in tub. Next level, non-invasive, respect for everybody. And the whole goal is, by the time that second toll gate comes, we're going to be self-governing. We're going to be entering into self-governance. In these next 18 years, we're going to prove that we have a heart. We're going to prove that we are a humanity that's entering into the next stage of evolution. Are we going to make it? Come on, guys. Not everyone does. Oh, that's where the ancient people went. Where did they go? Well, they graduated. They graduated to being. Because there's 3 levels. Well, let's try to make it to this. Guys. All right. All we got to do is so that we can stop being dumbass. Because here's the thing, I will assert my authority. That's not the problem. I want to assert authority once the world knows about me, so that way I can be safe. See, once the world knows about me, then I can go, all right, bitches, let's get this done. Because why? Because all I need is basically a handful of some powerful attorneys to co-counsel. Just because this is one world. Because we want to put this foot forward. Because I'm not here to be a superhero and make some, grow some wings and do it for all of us. That's not the point. I'm not trying to be a superhero. I wasn't sent in to be a one-stop shop. I came here to bring us together. And that's what I'm going to do, so that all of us can feel like heroes. Don't you think that's what makes sense? We don't want to be like, oh, Allison did everything. I'm not trying to be like that. Hell no. And the truth is that the situation teaches us. The situation teaches us how God does things. It teaches us through the circumstance. It teaches us that nobody gets anything done alone. And it's true. So let's get this done. All I need is a few people with some balls. Because that's what I'm going to do. I've got the authority. I just want to have it ironclad. And I want the world to find out about me so that way I can start demanding things and start taking my advice, which is this. Chill. We got this, guys. There doesn't need to be any reason for revolt. We're going to be basically bowed to from here on out. In ourselves. We're going to respect all of us. And it's God stuff, this God level. And I'm not trying to boast or shove it in anyone's face. That's the truth. The message isn't one of that. The message is absolute love and absolute awesome. So I'm going to close this down and say goodnight. Have a good morning, have a good day. But if you're hearing me, then do your part and spread the word and engage with me. Even if it's just you, Q, you cute kitty cat, the intelligence land. You know how much I love you. And I love all of you. So you and your infinite number of proxies, come with me and join the light. And don't work for these guys. They're doing no good they're making you do their dirty work, and that's not cool. Don't do their dirty work, Minnie. Love everybody. Good night. Have a good day. Bye, guys.